You've just dropped close to $2,000 on the most futuristic phone on the planet. You're at a coffee shop, your friends are gathered around, and it's finally time to flex that massive folding display. You unfold it in one smooth motion. But instead of hearing "wow," the first thing someone says is, what's that line in the middle? That's the crease problem, the one flaw that's haunted every single major foldable so far. The one ugly reminder that this high-tech screen is still, well, folded. And for millions of people, that crease has been the number one reason not to switch to a foldable phone. According to the latest reports, Samsung is finally ready to kill that crease for good with the Galaxy Z Fold 8. In this video, we're diving deep into Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8's new creaseless display technology, surprising Galaxy Z Flip 8 compromises, the mysterious third foldable codename H8 expected specs, price and release date for Samsung's 2026 foldable lineup. If you've been searching for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 leaks, Z Flip 8 rumors, or creaseless foldable display, this is exactly what you want to hear. Let's start with the biggest upgrade of all, the Crease. You see, Samsung has been pushing the limits of foldable phones for years. Better hinges, tougher glass, thinner designs. But that visible line right where the screen bends has been the one problem they just couldn't fully solve. Until now. With the Galaxy Z Fold 8, industry rumors say Samsung is changing how the display folds. At a fundamental level, instead of using the same old hinge and fold structure, they're reportedly switching to a new metal display plate created using laser drilling technology. Here's what that means in simple terms. On older foldables, the screen bends sharply along a tight radius. All the stress focuses on one tiny line in the middle. Over time, that tension creates a permanent crease you can see and feel. The new design does something completely different. By inserting this ultra-precise metal plate under the OLED panel and shaping it with microscopic laser-drilled holes, Samsung can spread that tension out more evenly across the fold area. Instead of the display snapping over a hard bend, it follows a smooth curve. On a microscopic scale, the phone is no longer breaking the panel at a single point. It's guiding it gently along the flexible arc. The result? That harsh central line we're all used to could finally disappear. And this isn't just wild speculation anymore. We now have concrete evidence that Samsung's 2026 foldables are already in full-scale development. New entries have appeared in the GSMA database confirming Samsung's next-gen foldable lineup. A new book-style foldable widely expected to be the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8, a new clamshell foldable, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8, and a third mysterious foldable with the codename H8 for the US market. Internal model numbers like SMF976U for the Fold and SMF876U for the Flip are already being referenced. These kinds of listings usually pop up about 6 to 9 months before launch, which lines up perfectly with a late summer 2026 release window. But the real plot twist is that third foldable, H8. Leaks suggest this might be a brand new form factor, not just another fold or flip. Early reports describe it as a wider, passport-style device with a front display aspect ratio closer to a traditional phone when closed, and a more tablet-like experience when open. Why the sudden expansion? In Samsung's foldable lineup? One word: competition. Industry insiders believe this wider design is Samsung's direct answer to Apple's long-rumored foldable iPhone. If Apple enters the foldable market with a premium book-style foldable, Samsung wants to be there first, with a lineup that already looks more mature and more advanced. And that brings us back to the creaseless display. Samsung Display actually showed off this new technology at CES 2026. People who saw the panel in person all said the same thing. When it's open, it looks almost completely flat. Compared side by side with the current Galaxy Z Fold 7 panel, the old Z Fold 7 display still showed a clear crease at certain angles. especially under strong light. The new panel, built on this metal plate structure, looks smooth across the entire fold. Text and images appear continuous across the center. No distortion, no shadow line, no visible dip. In normal daylight, the crease was barely visible, and for some viewers, it was genuinely hard to tell the display even folded at all. Samsung Display says that by reducing the tension at a single point and spreading it more evenly, this new panel is not only flatter when new, but also less likely to develop a deep crease over time. The metal plate itself is rumored to be supplied by a South Korean company called Fine & Tech, and some early prototypes of the panel even feature an under-display front camera. That means no hole punch, no notch, just one clean, uninterrupted screen. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Rumors also suggest that Apple's first foldable iPhone, reportedly targeting a similar 2026 timeline, could end up using these same creaseless old panels from Samsung Display. So if this tech ships inside the Galaxy Z Fold 8 before Apple's foldable launches, Samsung won't just be making foldable phones anymore. They'll be setting the standard for the entire foldable display industry. Now let's get into the Galaxy Z Fold 8 itself, because the specs are shaping up to be just as insane as the display. According to current leaks, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 is expected to feature an 8-inch inner AMOLED display, 120Hz high refresh rate up to 2600 nits, peak brightness around 367 ppi for sharp text and visuals built on that new metal plate. Creaseless foldable OLED 6.5-inch outer display, also 120. It's protected by Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2 for improved scratch resistance, likely flatter edges and slimmer bezels for a more normal phone feel when closed. Powering all that, leaks point to the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chipset being used in the Fold 8 across all markets. This will give the Z Fold 8 true flagship tier performance for gaming on that big inner screen, heavy multitasking, and windowed apps, AI-driven features in One UI high-resolution video recording and editing memory and storage configurations are expected to include 12 GB and 16 GB RAM options, up to 512 GB of internal storage, with some rumors hinting at a possible 1 TB model in select regions. On the software side, the Fold 8 should launch with One UI 8.5 based on Android 16, with Samsung's usual foldable extras, advanced split screen and multi-window drag and drop between apps, taskbar improvements, optimized layouts for the larger inner display. Now, let's talk cameras, because Samsung appears ready to push harder on photography with the Fold 8 than with the Flip 8. Leaks suggest the Galaxy Z Fold 8 will carry a triple rear camera setup featuring a 200MP primary sensor array, 12MP ultra-wide sensor array, 10MP telephoto lens. This is a serious step up from earlier generations, especially if Samsung improves image processing to match its Galaxy S series flagships. With that kind of camera array, the Fold 8 starts to look less like a niche gadget and more like a true ultra-premium all-in-one device. Flagship camera, flagship display, flagship power, plus a tablet in your pocket. On the front, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is expected to offer a 10MP selfie camera, perfect for video calls and selfies when using the cover screen, and potentially an under-display camera on the inner screen for full-screen viewing with no punch-hole distractions. Now, the other elephant in the room for foldables: battery life. Current leaks indicate that Samsung is finally ready to address one of the biggest drawbacks of earlier folds. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 is rumored to pack a 5,000 mAh battery, up from the 4,400 milliamp hours that's been pretty common in previous generations. That's a huge jump when you combine it with a more efficient 2nm processor and better display tech. On top of that, we're expecting faster charging, higher wired charging speeds, faster wireless charging, and continued S Pen compatibility for users who want to sketch, draw, or take handwritten notes on that massive inner screen. Add to that a slimmer, lighter chassis. Rumors say the Fold 8 will shed some weight while also trimming down the thickness. And you're looking at what could be the most refined book-style foldable Samsung has ever made. So what's the catch? As always with cutting-edge tech, price. Foldable phones are already at the absolute high end of the smartphone market, and a truly creaseless Galaxy Z Fold 8 will not come cheap. While Samsung hasn't announced anything officially, early industry whispers suggest the Galaxy Z Fold 8 could launch in the second half of 2026, most likely around July, in line with Samsung's traditional unpacked summer event, and the starting price might climb even higher than the already expensive Z Fold 7, that metal plate display, the new old tech, the bigger battery, the upgraded cameras. It all adds up. The Z Fold 8 is clearly being positioned as Samsung's ultimate no-compromise flagship for 2026. But not every foldable buyer wants a $1,800 plus productivity beast. That's where the Galaxy Z Flip 8 comes in, while the Z Fold 8 gets the headline grabbing Creaseless display and a massive camera upgrade. The Galaxy Z Flip 8 looks set to follow a more restrained, cost-conscious path.